Okay, we're back. We are here. We'll blame the turnips for sure. Or the dog. How annoying is this though? The struggle is real. Watch it just cut out tomorrow. As soon as we pull the giveaway winner's name from the hat, it's just like gone. That is what I'm terrified of. Yeah, it was ratatouille. Dang it. Hey, Karen. Welcome in, and Mama. Okay, so we're back. We are back. So I won't talk about the turnips anymore. And we're just going to move on with our stream. And I think we'll have a lot of extra time today. It's a pretty simple meal to make. So we'll get the pickles done that we've been working on for a week already. So we'll do the garlic scapes and the radishes. And then if we also still have time after that, I think we can make up the custard for tomorrow's dessert for Rook. And then we should be good to go. Because otherwise, tomorrow's dessert will take us a little bit of time. And I might have to start early. But if we get a little bit of prep done today for it, then I'll start at the regular time. Aloha! Now, it's not very tropical outside here today. It was actually very chilly. I would say it's maybe 13 degrees Celsius here, and we got a good breeze going. But it didn't rain, so that's still okay. Shadow hype. Okay, we made it. So our first order of prep for dinner. So the beets, to roast them, I'm going to say they'll take around 40 minutes. Typically with that size of beet, they're not massive. And then to make the polenta will cook in around half an hour. So we'll prep everything up for that we need, measure it all out, and then let's say 40 minutes out from eating, we'll start the polenta then. Because it does have to cook out for a little bit of time, just so it's not crunchy. And as it slowly cooks out, it gets more creamy as well. And then our pork tenderloin, to bake it, I will say 20 to 25 minutes to roast the whole thing. But the beets will be done earlier so that we can peel them, and then we can just reheat them in the oven later on. I think that's the best way to do tonight's dinner. Oh, you're in the 5th chapter of Diablo 3. He's just working upstairs, so I'm not going to go yell at him. But when he comes back, hopefully he'll be in stream later on. You should let him know. 'Cause I don't even know if he's played that game yet. Hawaii 5-0 theme tune. That's actually a really good show. Just beat it. Okay, so I will go over a little bit of stuff. Not sure if you guys saw the article that I put in Discord of how to roast beets, but it is my favorite way to roast beets, is to do them whole in tin foil. So let's go over the basics. It says form a tight foil pouch and roast the beets inside with a little oil and some herbs if you want. We're just gonna do salt and pepper. That's my favorite way to do beets. We have enough herbs going into both the polenta and the pork that we can just leave the beets plain, I think. And then once roasted, they slip right out of the skin. So it's super easy. And your hands don't actually get all like dyed from the beets either, because they're already cooked. Very, very nice way to do it. Hello, Rook. How's it going, man? Welcome in. So it says there may be more than one way to cook a beet, but there's only one way that I go back to again and again. And I agree with that. So I started doing beets this way when I was buying them from the farmer's market in Vancouver. And they were really nice small beets. So I didn't want to cut them up or even really peel them, because you still get a lot of loss when you peel them when they're raw. So I just thought, hey, what if I just roast them whole and then peel them after? And it worked so great. And it says boiling beets is both fast and efficient, yes. But it pains me to see all that wonderful beet juice going down the drain when you finally dump the liquid. So that's a lot of flavor that you're losing, right? Roasting them plain works all right, but they can end up dry and shriveled. So just roasting them without the foil on them. And it also takes forever. It is true. It says it takes literally forever, and then it has a little asterisk and it says not literally. I use the laptop for a recipe. I can't stream off the laptop, so I was using the laptop to stream in the old house. So let's say the first 3 months of streaming, and the quality was so bad compared to what it is now. So now I just use the laptop so I can type to you guys in chat if I need, like what just happened. And then I also, yeah, just use it for Discord and to look at my recipes. Okay, so the method we're doing today is a hybrid. By placing the beets in a tightly sealed pouch of heavy-duty foil and putting them in a hot oven, you create a sealed, steam-filled environment. So we're not only roasting it, but we're also steaming it at the same time. So it doesn't dry out that way. Where's the food, Matt? Yeah, nothing's been prepped yet. Everything's just raw ingredients so far because we just started. So doing them in the pouch, this gives you the fast cooking benefits of moisture, along with the flavor and texture benefits that come from trapping all of the aroma in the pouch. Just make sure to seal the ends of the pouch really well so that the steam does not escape. And a moderately hot oven, so 375 Fahrenheit, is the best way to go. So let's try that today. Let's do a little test. I usually go around 400 for beets, but let's go lower since we'll have a little bit of time. And then it says to accentuate and play off the beet's sweetness, you can add a touch of sweetener to whatever you're putting on the beets. And it says typically honey is the best one. I would agree with that. And then nuts and citrus also pair well with the beets, as do the cheeses. So there's a little bit of inspiration for you guys today. Good, you didn't miss anything. No, not yet, man. It's also a great smoking technique in the pouch. Yeah. I would love to smoke some beets. That's one thing I've never done. She's back. Yeah, we're back, Elvin. I was not going to give up on you guys. Oh my God, this follow. I have to say it. Thanks for the follow, old gay fart. That is such a perfect username. Did you miss anything, Hammy? Nah, we just did a little bit of info on roasting beets. So the best way to roast a beet is in a foil pouch, sealed. And I'm just gonna rub the beets with some oil and salt. And that's it. And then after they come out, we'll peel them up, give it a little taste, and see if we need to dress it with just a little bit of salt and pepper. And we are gonna serve them whole just because they're nice and small. And it looks really, really good on the plate, I have to say that. Okay, let's do a little bit of bacon history before we start. We got some time today, guys. So bacon is a type of salt-cured pork. It's prepared from several different cuts of meat, but typically from the pork belly or from the back cuts. And the back has less fat than the belly. So bacon can be eaten on its own, as a side dish, typically with breakfast, or used as a minor ingredient to flavor dishes. It's also used for barding and larding roasts. So that's what we're doing today, is we're wrapping a piece of meat with the bacon. Beets with tahini. Oh, so good. I don't have any tahini left here, but yeah, that'd be such a good combo. And the word bacon is derived from the Old High German bacho, meaning buttock. Bacon butt. It also can mean ham or side bacon. and it's cognate with the old French term bacon. No way. Does that sentence make sense? Not really. Meat from other animals such as beef, lamb, chicken, goat, or turkey may also be cut, cured, or otherwise prepared to resemble bacon, and may even be referred to as bacon. But does it taste the same? I would not say so. Like the stuff that they market as turkey bacon is pretty much just ground turkey mashed together, flavored with some kind of smoke, and then sliced thin to look like bacon. But if you've ever had it, the texture is way, way off. Texture is more like lunch meat. Very, very weird. And they market it as being healthy. But is it really healthy? Because do you know what's in that stuff? Probably not. Lard on who? Lard on me. What time is it? It is 2:55 p.m. Turkey bacon is against your religion. I think I've had it maybe 3 times in my life. And I just don't find any point to it, honestly. If you're going to have bacon, just have the real stuff. Unless it is actually against your religion, then that is totally okay. Like, I used to work with a Jewish guy that would eat bacon almost every day. And that was utter respect for me. It's like, if you're going to break your religious rules just because you like bacon so much, I feel for you, man. I will allow this. You don't like any bacon. Oh my goodness. I was thinking the other day, like what I would want to eat on my deathbed. Bacon would totally be included in this. It's drinking time. I finally poured a little bit out of that Bailey's bottle back there. So I made Sammy and I some nice iced coffees. Hello, Zach. What's going on? Bacon is too salty. Maybe you've not had a good bacon then. A gentleman named Hammy does not like bacon. Okay, so the curing and smoking process. Because I'm sure a lot of you don't really know how bacon is made. You just know that it tastes delicious. So bacon is cured through either a process of injecting with or soaking in the brine. So you can either inject the brine or just soak it. And that's known as wet curing. Or you can just use plain crystal salt. And I always put a little bit of sugar in too. And this is known as dry curing. Bacon brine has added curing ingredients, most notably the sodium nitrate, which speed the curing and stabilize the color. So it's also known as Prague powder. I have some here. Sam and I are pretty familiar with using this stuff. And it can also be called pink salt. And it can be a little bit difficult to find in some places, but it's really inexpensive. Like this whole bag is $2, and you might need a teaspoon to cure like a whole pork belly. That's how far it goes. Do I make cocktails? I typically don't make cocktails on stream. I am honestly not a very good bartender. I have to say that. Like, that's one thing that I am not good at. Which is weird, because making cocktails is very similar to cooking. You just have to kind of know all of your ingredients, but I'm not a huge drinker. I do respect people that make cocktails, though. I do like to enjoy a nice cocktail or two if I go out for a nice dinner. That's aggressive, Sam the man. The wet curing, you always have to get thick cut because everything else locally is wet cured and they shrink like nobody's business when the water cooks out. Ugh. Yeah, Sam and I have made bacon before. It's very easy. Okay, back to this. So fresh bacon may then be dried for weeks or months in cold air, or it may be smoked or boiled. I've never boiled bacon. That's weird. I think you would get so much loss from that. Why would you boil something so good like that? That was for your girl. Yeah, I'm sure it was. So fresh and dried bacon are typically cooked before eating, often by pan frying. So here's the thing that a lot of people are weird about, is with the bacon being cured and also being smoked, you can eat it raw. That can be a thing. It's just the texture, for me, is way too rubbery and weird. And plus, when it crisps up, it's so much better. But just so you guys know, you can eat bacon raw if it's made properly. So differing flavors can be achieved by using various types of wood or less common fuels such as corn cobs or peat. I've never done that, but that sounds interesting. Imagine smoking with corn cobs. It doesn't make any sense. No, not really, Vune. This process can take up to 18 hours, depending on the intensity of the flavor desired. In early American history, the curing and smoking of bacon, like the making of sausage, seems to have been a gender-neutral process, one of the few food preparation processes not divided by gender. What face? I did not know that, but that is so cool. Bacon is distinguished from other salt-cured pork by differences in the cuts of meat used and in the brine or dry packing. Historically, the terms ham and bacon referred to different cuts of meat that were brined and packed identically, often together in the same barrel. So they are made the same way, but it's just a different cut, so you're going to get a different end product because hams don't have as much fat as bacon typically does. McCoy, thanks for the follow. Sushi Z. Say that 5 times fast. So for safety, bacon may be treated to prevent trichinosis, a parasitic roundworm which can be destroyed by heating, freezing, drying, or smoking. Sodium polyphosphates, such as sodium triphosphate, may also be added to make the product easier to slice and to reduce spattering when the bacon is pan fried. Weird. Very weird. Is that a fellow Scotsman? I don't know. Hopefully they pop into chat and we'll find out. Don't worry, I'm not going to the bathroom. It's just the dishwasher emptying. Okay, so different cuts of bacon. Side bacon or streaky bacon is coming from the pork belly, so that's the more fatty one. Pancetta is the Italian form of side bacon. Just it's rolled up. And it's also dry cured. At least we can laugh about the sushi birthing. This pickup line is about the worst you've ever read on the internet. Do I take on multiple husbands? I'm sorry, Matt, I do not. But I feel honored that you would want to be my husband. And nobody got time for that. Chief, it's been a while, dude. How are you? Lidl, how are you? So back bacon, which is pretty popular here in Canada, but more on the East Coast, that's made from the pork loin. So typically what the pork chops are made from. It's a leaner cut with a lot less fat. And then here, the way that they make the back bacon is they roll it in cornmeal. So it's known as pea meal bacon. And it's really, really good. And they typically just serve it on a really soft bun with some mustard. That's it. Chodings, tamales. I've made tamales before. I think that was around a month ago. Liz, what a gamble. I would just stop there. Save your bones. You prefer the pork shoulder for bacon. I've never made bacon out of pork shoulder. Matt's all about the rump. Am I surprised? No. You've been better, Chief. What? Police killed a young man right around the corner from your house. It's been a wild week. Oh my goodness. That makes me really upset, Chief, that is still going on in America. Every time I hear about something happening like that, I always just think of the Childish Gambino video that was just put out. It's just mind-blowing, honestly. I've been good, Chief. Been busy, but my routine is now set and it feels good. I can say that. Okay, so a couple more different kinds. You can make jowl bacon as well.
Jowl bacon.
Sam, get out of here. He's my backup singer there. So it's actually made from like right under here is the pork cheek, and they take that and you can cure it. And then the Italian version of that is called guanciale. And that's a really, really good piece of charcuterie. And it's pretty fatty as well. Okay, I think that's enough about bacon. Let's get started. That was a good history sesh, I have to say. Oh, the dishwasher has 8 minutes. So good. The right way to make a carbonara. Totally. It's ASMR time. Yes. So I think the pork loins, they were just thawing a little bit still. But that is okay. I think that's the first thing that we're going to do. Is prep up the pork so it's done. And then it can just sit in the fridge until we need to cook it later. And then we can carry on with roasting the beets, I would say, will be next. And then we'll prep up the stuff for the polenta and then start to work on our pickles and get those done today. All right, Hammy, sounds good. You're going to bed, but you're not sleeping. Okay. If you fall asleep, though, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I don't know where you live. And I probably can't find you. So there's that. And this pork, we're going to roast it on a sheet pan with a metal wrap on it. That way our bacon can crisp up on all sides. So the air can go underneath as well as on top. So we'll set that up like that. I think that's our best option. And actually, let's go, before we do the pork, let's just chop up the herbs for it. That way they're done. I just picked a bunch of thyme. Look how much thyme I just picked off. This was only like one branch. I have some older stuff to use first. So we'll chop that up, and some nice fresh sage. These leaves are pretty big, and just a little bit of rosemary. These are like my favorite herbs to always pair with pork. So we just have to take the thyme off the stems. We got time for that. You love making fried sage for a quick garnish. Yeah. I've always done the fried sage to go on pasta. Typically a pasta that has squash in it. So, so good. She's breaking it up. Very nice. Very nice. Liz, she's got to get clean. Don't get too clean because this stream's gonna get dirty. Getting dirty with the pork products. Yeah, we got some good greens. We're not gonna smoke it though, we're gonna cook it. Okay, we're good with that. Now our rosemary. That's not very green anymore. I think it got a little bit of transplant shock, but it's coming back. Oh, actually that reminds me. I just have to send a message to Betty real quick to pick up some trellis, if you guys know what that stuff is for the garden, because the cucumbers are getting massive. They're like that long already and they need to start climbing up instead of going straight out. So I just need to text Betty to pick one up. I almost forgot. Bam. Okay, we're set. We're both breaking up that greenery. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys something for a sec. Got some new the other day. I don't think you're ready for this name. Can you read that? Cherry Thunderfuck. That's the kind of shatter I just got. And it's really nice, I have to say. I thought you guys would appreciate that though. Really, really nice. Okay, let's chop it. It suits me. I thought so. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I need that. Guys, I can't send it. I don't know your guys' prices though, but that half gram was 25 bucks where I'm at. So I don't know what that is compared to what you guys have to pay. Poison Ivy cosplay. Man, if I did cosplay on this stream, I'm sure it would blow up. But I honestly just don't have the time right now to like dress up. But I would totally make my own stuff. I do love to sew. Like that was the other thing that I wanted to do when I was younger, is do fashion design. So I'd be so down. But that would be a thing that would happen when I would stream full time and don't have 5 billion other things going on. Use your Amazon Prime. Free 2-day shipping. I love it. Put it in the apron, chief. Totally off topic. Oh god. Vune wants to get stoned. Ha ha ha. You need to get it on off your chest. Scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the most likely of you going to hell if you do it. What if you bought some pregnancy tests and smuggled them into a pharmacy? Exchange some real ones for the fake ones. The test would read just fat when wet. I would like that. I'm down, man. Do it up, Vune. There's definitely worse things that you could do in the world. And I don't think you would go to hell for that. Honestly, dude. Maybe just do it on April 1st for an April Fool's prank. If you felt really bad about doing it. So just slicing that sage in half because it's pretty big. Me cosplay and cooking would get all the cheers. Yeah. The world's not ready for that. that gets you in the deep fryer. I was thinking that, Chief. I was thinking whoever wins the apron, I think I'm going to bake you guys up some goodies too to send with it. I can't just send the apron. Like, come on. Of course I'm going to put baked goods in there. It can be cookie of choice. Let's do that. How does that sound, guys? Okay, there's our herbage. I'm just going to put that into a bowl for now. And then we'll just kind of roll the pork in it after, I think. Or sprinkle it over top. Your type of evil is the cutesy, cartoony kind. Yeah, that suits you, Vian. Get out of here, Dark. I'm gonna start a war. Okay, we can just put those aside. Now we can bring the pork back over because I'm sure we have to trim it up a little bit, as always. I just need to text Betty back. She's giving me answers that I don't want. Boom. Thanks for the host, Chief. Much appreciated, man. Let's check these out. So one's a lot smaller than the other one as well. So we'll just have to keep that in mind when they cook. That the thinner one is just gonna cook up a little bit quicker. It's all love, man. It's what life is. Exactly, Elvin. Absolutely. She's like, should I get bamboo stakes instead? No. The cucumber can't climb up that. Okay, so you guys remember when we cleaned these before that there's always this weird little piece on the end here? And then it's also pretty thin on this other end. So we'll trim that stuff off. Because it's not going to cook the same, right? Like this little piece is going to get way overcooked and dried out by the time this internal stuff gets cooked. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. One last text and we're good. A thumbs up and we're good to go. Do I like béarnaise sauce? I do. I don't make it enough though. I really enjoy tarragon. Okay, look at this. We can just kind of peel that off. Peel it away. I think that's like one of the funnest parts about cleaning meat is like all of the muscles that just separate. And no, we're not gonna throw this away. Don't worry, guys. So where this one starts to thin out, just cut it right down there. And I just leave the ends on while cooking and cut them off after resting because I still don't want them to get overcooked and dried out. I'd rather save these to go into a stir fry or fry them up with some eggs for breakfast or something. I don't know, that's just how mine works. Wouldn't what you just cut off add flavor? I don't think so, guys. Sammy, are you done? Yep. Nice. 10-4. I mean, that is just my opinion, though. Just teaching you what I think is right. But if you guys cook it another way, it's fine. There's always multiple ways to do something. I'm never gonna say that my way is the only right way.
It's the only way.
So we're just taking the silver skin off. This is the tough stuff that does not break down at all. And it's nice that it's just on the outside on around half of it. And it's quite easy to get off just because it is tough. You don't get too much meat waste on it ever. I always just slip my knife under it, go along, and then cut back. It's my favorite way to do it. And then I just always brush the meat so it's nice and even still. And then this little nub here still is bugging me. I think we'll probably just do it there. Square it off is the best way to do it. So now we have a nice little pork roast. They are wrong. They're not. They are not wrong. So this one is super small. Man, we might even just wrap these in bacon and do little roasts. So I don't know if there's going to be enough meat here. And I only had these 2 pork tenderloins in the freezer. Okay, so here, there's actually pieces that were like attached to the bone. This is tough. So take that off. The gateway and the wrong way. It's not meat waste. Spank it. That's your ASMR for today. We're spanking it in a good way though. It's a nice meat spank. That piece was really thin. Look at that. There's no way it would cook at the same rate as the other stuff. Now we'll just flip it over. This little bit of fat, I mean, you don't have to get rid of it. I like just to keep it even. Now let's do our silver skin on this other one. What is ASMR? Honestly, I don't really know. It's just sounds that make you feel good. Is kind of the gist that I got from it. Okay. 2 nice little pork roasts. I know you guys can probably see the little bit of white here, but that's just layers of fat. That's not any tough stuff. And you can notice it just by looking at the silver skin. Is like it's pretty shiny compared to the fat. So we'll get rid of that. That's not very much waste. And you know, we're not wasting that stuff either. Autonomous sensory meridian response. Oh, that's what makes your skin tingle. Okay, this makes sense now. Rubbing my eyebrows for 3 hours. What? Yeah, it just makes you feel good. Okay. I think we can just prep the pork on this. But first, we need to just dry this off. And then we'll season it up, crust it with the herbs, and then we'll wrap it. Those are the steps that we are going to take. Just simple salt and pepper for this, since we got our herbs for flavor. People would watch. It's so true. But it's like, I don't know if that's really conducive to making the world a better place. I'd rather teach people something that they can use at another point in their life. Okay. Getting a quick little hand wash. We don't want to dip our porky hands into the salt. That is cross-contamination at its finest. They can use a good eargasm. Yes. Oh, okay, we'll do pepper. We'll do some pep. I'm just gonna use tongs, I think, so I can keep my hands clean for now. We'll do it on all sides. Season it all up. All of the pepper. The top of the IRL page is ruled by ASMR. Dang. With that, on that note, do you guys think I should switch to creative or stay in IRL? Like, what do you think is the best option here? Because I think, like, it's a little bit of both. Just have a hard time choosing what section I should be in for proper viewership. Only about 42 tablespoons of lemon pepper and we're good. I'm happy that you joked about that because we actually made some lemon pepper chicken skins at work. Except for the lemon part, we use lemon verbena, freshly picked from the garden, and lemon thyme, chopped up, and then just mixed with some fresh cracked pepper. And you put that underneath the chicken skin and then you roast it between two sheet pans until it's nice and crisp. That was our lemon pepper version, and we totally all just laughed about it. Because as soon as Chef said lemon pepper, we're all just like, what? Are you serious?
Hey, Caitlin.
Oh my god. Siri's crazy. Does anyone else's Siri just turn on randomly when you talk? I can't deal with her anymore. I think I have a lemon Siri. Lemon pepper Siri is where it's at. Creative should generate more than IRL, but... Okay, we'll season these little pieces up too. Might as well just cook it all today. Not Siri, but your Alexa. Okay. Glad I'm not alone in this. Oh, sorry, dearie. I totally forgot to pull that out. I'm getting in shit, guys. You marinate chicken breast and shrimp in lemon pepper and onions and garlic, and it always turns out. Yeah, but at least you're still adding the onions and garlic. I think that still changes the flavor a lot compared to just the lemon pepper seasoning. I always just find that the lemon pepper seasoning tastes really like acidic or kind of like iodine. That's just on my palate though. I don't know why, but it just tastes really, really strong. Okay, so now we're going in with our chopped herbage. And we're just gonna herb the two nice pieces of pork. Sprinkle it over. It's totally okay if some falls onto the board because we'll just press it back on when we flip it over. Easy mode. Am I saying ERBD? What's that? Herbs? Herbs. I always say herbs. There is no H. Or if you spell it like one of the guys at work, there's a U in there somehow. Herbs. That looks really good, actually. Okay, we do have a little bit extra to just sprinkle on to our smaller pieces here. And I think these pieces will just glaze with the honey. So we'll probably put them onto the tray with the pork when there's maybe 6 minutes left, because they're gonna cook up quick, and then we'll just put a little bit of honey on them and roast them up that way. Yeah, herbs. He put an H in front though still. That was for the nudie recipe. So the gnocchi without potatoes. The backspace button is right next to it. Okay. This I'm just gonna put onto a plate and into the fridge. And I'll have a little bit more surface area to roll these guys in the bacon. Suppose we should get the bacon out. There's a few pieces here, but I do have another pound in the fridge if I need more. Sounds yummy, Karen. Enough for the tongs. You hate Twitch on mobile. Oh yeah, I think we'll have enough bacon here with these pieces. Oh yeah. So let's just separate them. This is some pretty nice bacon though. Good amount of meat still on there. Most of the fat's just on the end here, which means it's just gonna crisp up really nice. Just put one of these over here. Actually, let's just put both of them stacked up. That way we can kind of lay out the bacon. What do you guys think? Should I just use one piece at a time and just wrap it like this? I think so. And we also kind of want to overlap it so it sticks together and doesn't fall apart. Beautiful. Now go where you ended last time. So always keep the starting on the bottom if you can, and that way it won't come apart at all. Rook, are you excited for your dessert to get made tomorrow? Pretty excited to make it. Pork plus pork? Is it pork times 2 or is it pork squared? Because I'd be down if it's pork squared as well. Okay, so this little bit, so we'll just have to trim it. So bring it underneath. It's both. That way we know it's all tucked in. I think that looks good, and we're just gonna trim it off right at there. Multi-dimensional pork. Optrix! Okay, so now this can go over to the sheet pan. Put it on there like that. Looks good. I think it was Working Chef that tried creative and she got like half the viewers she normally gets. Okay. I guess I would just have to experiment with it. Optrix, did you start bottling your beer yet? Pork 3.14. Let's make a pork pie. I'm gonna leave this just in case we need it for the end. Still waiting for some stainless steel hardware parts. All right, man. Sounds good. I think we'll tuck this under so that piece on top kind of holds it in place. And go around. This one is a lot thicker than the other piece. So hopefully we don't have to cut into the other pound for like one piece of bacon. What is Sammy doing? I know, I'm sure you can hear him. So he's building a pantry in a closet that's just on the outskirts of the kitchen here. So I think it's meant for like an entrance closet, which doesn't make sense though because the entrance is on the other side of the room. So we built up a closet on the other side with like IKEA cabinets. And we're gonna turn the other closet into a pantry for me. Just so I can have stuff more condensed in one spot compared to everywhere in the different cabinets in the kitchen. I think that's gonna be better. Oh guys, we're just gonna make it with this. Let's not try to stretch it out too much because that fat will render out as well. A ball valve and some hose barbs. Cool. And now let's just drape that little piece over top. It's not perfect, but it's okay. She's pretty much wrapped up. I think it's still happy. Pork pie trifle, layers of mashed taters and beans and corns and bacon and gravy top. What? Sounds so good. Optrix, you've completed building the structure for the bottle filler. So cool. That was one of my favorite things in the brewery was the bottling line. It just looked so much fun. Buff. Bacon wrapped in bacon with bacon sauce and liquid bacon drink. I'm in. Okay, we'll just keep those spread out. And then we can put the little pieces in the middle here later on. So look at the size difference between those two. Kind of crazy, hey? Okay. Bacon wrapped pork. Crusted with herbs. Dunzo. Buff, how are you feeling, man? Are you healing up yet? That got bacony real fast. Like I knew it would, though. We don't deal with bacon enough, I don't think, on the stream. Kind of a rarity, isn't it? But bacon can be such a crutch for people to make things taste good. But then again, you can probably put bacon with most things and it will taste good. So, You're high. You are very high. Can you see what he's doing? I can maybe switch the camera over there. There's Sammy. He's in the closet. So he's going to put up some wire shelving in there for me. Rather than having like the hanging coat rack. Because that's not really needed. And then I have all those totes as well that will go in the shelves. So the totes mostly have dry goods in them. Or other kitchen related things. There we go. It was like my tripod does not feel right. Tenderloin looks delicious as sin, but you still don't see how someone can use that image as a pickup line. Oh, like the guy previously. Yeah, that was like not a good one. That was a really, really sad pickup line. He didn't even last a chance. Sammy's in the closet. Eyebrow cam just for you, Chief. Okay, I'm gonna go quickly bring these to the other fridge because I don't have any room in this one. And then we're gonna get started on some other stuff. Let's prep up the beets next. Are you guys beet fans like I am? Or is it not really a thing that you care about? So I get so excited when I eat beets. I don't know if it's the color more than the flavor. I think it's a little bit of both.
That's what happens after.
Yeah. But these ones are so nice and small, which is why we're roasting them whole. Fragged first. Thanks for the follow. Do we use gas grill or charcoal? We like to use charcoal, but my parents do have a gas grill up on the top deck. So if we ever need to do something quickly, but I would rather just do charcoal. Okay, I'm just gonna wash up these fresh ones that I just pulled. They're still dirty. Don't worry too much about scrubbing the skin because we're gonna peel that off anyways. Thanks for the stream. No problem, Fragged. No problemo. Looking for my paring knife. There we goes. I think I might have to wash these guys too. Totally have not yet. Look at this crazy little root system on this. It's wild. Hey Tig, how are you? Vune, you think beets are overpriced? I can see them growing really well in Germany though. But yeah, sometimes they can be overpriced. I agree with that. But I always try and buy them with the greens still on because that's really useful. I think that's a better bang for your buck than just buying the beet by itself. Bam. Get back in the closet, Sammy. Some of the fancy striped ones are beautiful but expensive. Yeah. Talking to my farm peeps, and they said that the candy cane ones are kind of not trending anymore. So the red ones are more trending now. So it's funny how even the farms kind of have to follow the food trends of the world for them to be able to sell all of their product, right? Oh, are you talking about Beets by Dre, Vune? Okay, so the greens, we can cut pretty close here. I'm gonna trim up these other ones, but we can leave that much on. So with me cutting into that just now, with that being white and pink there on the stem, I know that this is gonna be candy cane. And it's called candy cane because it has the rings of the red and white on the inside. So maybe we'll cut into one later on when we go to plate, just so you guys can see the difference. But that is what it looks like. It wasn't a good joke. I mean, I got it. You've only had beets once or twice, really? I have grown up with beets. I think it's a Ukrainian thing for sure. Okay, so there's kind of a better ballpark for you guys. And I'm happy that I like them. I'm happy that I didn't get sick of them when I was younger. That happens to a lot of people. Now these little root ends, just cut them off. You don't have to go right up there. When would I prefer to go to Scotland? When it's cold or when it's cold and rainy? When it's cold and rainy or when it's bloody hell, mate? Stick the kettle on cold. Honestly, in the wintertime, it's cold and rainy here too. So that doesn't really bother me. I'm okay with that. Not super down with snow, but I think I would enjoy it because I haven't experienced it too much lately, being where we are. And I grew up with snow for, let's say, 7 months of the year. Man, it can snow from October to May. So pretty much. Okay, and the beet greens, I've been putting the beet greens in our smoothies in the morning. So I'm going to save those. Unless they look like that or that, which means that a bug laid eggs in here and they hatched. So let's just rip that off because gross. But the rest of these look beautiful. So there's no point in throwing that out. And they can also be cooked up like a Swiss chard. I grow all kinds of greens. Not yet, guys, not yet. Soon though. And then if you have really, really small beet greens like that, you can even throw it in a salad. Because they're nice and crunchy still. Okay, so obviously this guy is going to take the longest to cook. And this guy is going to take the shortest amount of time to cook. So maybe we'll package these in the sizes that they are most similar to, like that. And then we'll keep that guy on its own. I think that is our best option here. Okay, keeping up with chat, guys. When you went to Scotland, your beard snapped off from the cold. Oh my goodness. Tig, the farm where I get all my veggies, is it a co-op or do I have a plot there? Yeah, I just volunteer there 2 days a week. I started in March. How long do we roast the beets for, Optrix? I'm going to guess that this will take a good 40 minutes, I would say. These guys probably 25 and these 30. 15 inches of snow and walking 5 kilometers a day, staying in bothies in the countryside. Rook, you hate beets, really? It's mainly pickled beets. I love pickled beets. So now I just have to tear up some foil for our pouches. And I'll tear them extra long, and then we'll fold it in half and just twist in the 3 sides. You just like the earthy flavor. See, I find the beets here are more sweet than like really dirty tasting. Beet greens are so healthy for juicing and smoothies. Yeah. And I find the flavor is a lot nicer than, let's say, a kale. It's much more mild. Careful not to eat too much, though. Yeah, I don't put too much in our smoothies. Beets are carbs. Yeah, they are. What do we need? We need 4. Obviously, this one doesn't need as big as a pouch. No snow, just bloody freezing rain, hail, and black ice. That's aggressive. Rook's going to walk the doggo. Sounds good. We'll hold it down. We'll keep those haters out. Sweet beets for your beet meat. I don't know if that's a dirty or not. Is that a dirty saying or what? Okay, so that goes there. Let's get some olive oil. And I suppose we can preheat our oven. Let's do it. We're doing 375. We're going by what Serious Eats says. Oh, we don't want timer, we want baking. So we got 8 minutes to prep these guys up. If any dog owner is looking for a dog sitter, you volunteer as tribute. Yeah, that'd be me too, Vian. I will walk all of the doggos. So just drizzle a little bit of olive oil. I just need to go to the bathroom quickly, aka thanks coffee. So I'll be back in 20 seconds. Coffee's a running right through me. Excuse me. It's true, coffee is love. It's just so tasty. Okay, so now we're just gonna rub this guy. We're gonna massage it. Happy times in the olive oil. Now I will just fold that over. Let's make this easy for ourselves. So make this little pouch. Kind of wrap it like that. And we'll just fold in the sides. Done. That is as simple as it can get. So these three are going together. So the foil helps to cook it more evenly. Yeah, we're kind of creating a steam poach while still roasting it. That way all the flavors are staying inside of the poach, rather than, let's say, if we boiled it. You notice how the water always turns purple when you boil it? That's all the flavor that's leaching out. Seals all of the juices in, exactly. And we will have some golden beets eventually. Just none in the garden are big enough yet. Also, where is Doggo? I let her out, what, let's say an hour ago already? She has not come back. Okay, she's upstairs. She's suntanning on the deck. I wonder if beets come in any other colors besides those. Besides what? The red, the candy cane, and the golden? I don't think so. Maybe like a nice white almost. But I think that's it. That's all I've ever seen. Golden beet. Yeah, you guys will see them eventually. I'll make sure that I prepare them on stream. So all three of these are from our garden. The other ones were from the store. But I believe they were still grown here in BC. Which makes sense. That's why they're so small still. Can you get a house tour? I think I'd have to probably do it off of my phone. But the house is not that big, guys. We only have, I think, almost 800 square feet down here, Sam and I. That's it, though. Not too crazy. I'm just gonna give my hands a wash. Little rinsey rinse. We only have half the basement to ourselves. And then the other half is not really used. There's a bedroom, a bathroom, and like a big rec room. But it's nice to have that space in case we'll ever need it. I don't know. But so far, we're good. You now have garlic. Yay, Optrix. Did you go and buy some? Nike, you're here. Matt, did you tell Nike to come and visit? That's very nice of you. You brought a friend. Welcome in. How big is our garden? So we have 3 big garden boxes. How big are they, Sammy? What? 10 by 4? The garden boxes. So 3 garden boxes, 10 feet by 4 feet in size. And then I have some pots as well. So the tomatoes are in pots, as well as some beans, and all of the peppers and the herbs are all in pots. So it's pretty big. He is a fellow pothead. Show him the name of the stuff. Okay. I knew you guys would love that one. The name of the stuff, he says. Show him, do it. Cherry Thunderfuck. So much better when you whisper it. Okay, so those are going onto a sheet pan. They just roast in the oven like that. It sounds yummy. Yeah, I tried it last night and it's really, really good. Messiah. You promoted me, now give you free food. I love it. Thanks for the promo, Matt. Potheads are always welcome here. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a pothead. I don't like live for that stuff. It's not like I'm like, oh, I need to get that fix. Not even close. But I do like to dabble in it. Okay, so that was our oven beeping for us. So let's first start our timer. I think these are the smallest ones in this guy. So this pack is gonna be done first. Let's set a 20-minute timer and we'll check them at that point. What was it, Messiah? This is shatter. This is shatter. That's how it comes. You got some Candy Kush right now. I don't think I've ever had that type. Not as good as Dog's Bollocks wine? What? I know, Thunderstruck. I actually used that in a sentence the other day and Sam just died. I was like, but did you get Cherry Thunderfucked? Nope. No, I wouldn't turn away potheads. No, they're welcome here. Okay, 20 minutes. We'll check it out. Okay, we're flying. We're rolling through this prep. I think my stream is just gonna get easier as I keep working at the restaurant too. So I'm just gonna stay really productive. You need to book a hotel in Amsterdam for next spring. Oh, that was actually one of my favorite places I traveled to. I was only there for, I think, 3 days, but everyone is so friendly there. You're a flower guy, but you respect all forms. I used to smoke flower. I'm getting away from that, though. I just don't really like the taste of, like, the smoke as much. Okay, on to our polenta. So we're just going to measure out the ingredients right now and prep up anything that has to get chopped in advance. And that way, it'll be easier for us to just go into cooking it later on. Amsterdam's your most favorite town in the world. It's so multicultural. Yes. And I love like all the little streets and the bridges. Oh man. I did not get to go on the canal though in a boat. I think that would be a really, really fun part of Amsterdam. And I also never rented a bike or anything. Love to do that. You dry herb vape. It's better for you. It's like doing a dab with flour. Yeah, I've been using Sam's Pax 3. Okay, so for our polenta, we need 3 cups of water. So how about instead of water, we put a little bit more flavor and make up a nice little veg broth instead. And then 4 cups of milk as well. So all of that liquid for only 2 cups of cornmeal. So you can see how much liquid it takes to cook out the cornmeal. The Reich Museum is nice. I don't think I went there either. When you went to Netherlands, it was a national holiday and it got crazy. I believe that. People riding bikes everywhere. Yes. Use veggie or chicken broth. Exactly. Thanks, Nike. Nike, are you a fellow cook? I'm feeling it. I'm getting those vibes. Bye, Hammy. Thanks for being here for the first little bit. I'm glad you could see how the pork and the beets are done. And maybe if you want, you can catch up on the vid tomorrow to see how the polenta was made. Liz, longest shower ever. Is there any water left at all? Okay, let's get our hot water for our broth. 3 cups. Boom. You're gonna make zucchini parmigiano tomorrow. Nice. I was just watching Matty Matheson's video last night of his eggplant parm. That's a dish I've never made. And holy, there's a lot of fat in it, but I'm sure it tastes unreal. Good night, Hammy. The good thing about New York is that the water is free. Yeah, lucky for you. Until they run out. And I'm looking at you, Liz. All right. New container of veg base. Can she get into it? I don't think so. Send help. Oh, goodness. The struggle. Okay. How to open a jar with Kate. I'll show you my trick for all the ladies out there. Or the men with skinny arms. So take the back of your knife. Never use your blade first off, because you will totally damage it. Take the back of your knife. Just hit it a couple times along the seal. And I'm just going to break it a bit. Ta-da! Easy as that. Tap it with a spoon, Matt says, and she just whips out a knife. 19 minutes is a fast shower. Holy Liz. You love better than bouillon. Me too. It just tastes like exactly what it should be. That was for you then, Thunder. You've never had to do that, so thanks for the tip. Well, Buff, it says it in your name. You ain't got no skinny arms, I'm sure. You just throw it on the ground. Yeah, that can help too. So because we're using a vegetable base, we're gonna have to be careful with how much salt we put into the polenta. So we're gonna wait to season that until right at the very end. You actually prefer very cold showers. Weird. Don't do it, Liz. Don't go back into the shower. The colder, the better. That is shocking. Most girls just like boil themselves in a shower. You broke your finger once opening a 15-year-old jar of pickles. You like your water like you like your Thai food, medium. I'm with you, Nike. What a great little metaphor you used there. Spicy Thai food is just destruction. Just asking for butt troubles. Okay. Veg base done. Let's get into our cornmeal. I'm using Purity. I'm sure that's the only type you guys ever see as well. But at the restaurant, we get fresh ground cornmeal from somewhere in BC. It's called Armstrong. And the cornmeal that we use takes an hour in the pressure cooker to cook it. Compared to this, which takes around 20 minutes without a pressure cooker. Who likes strong pressure from the water head, and who likes the rainfall type with a wide shower? Oh, I like the strong pressure just because my hair is crazy. So I need that force to get it wet, I guess. I mean, the rainfall is nice if you want to fall asleep. You bought a new shower head today. Okay, this is booby trapped, I can tell already. Okay, success. Cornmeal, not everywhere. Who needs a shower when you have Febreze? Yeah, just use a full can of Axe, you're fine. I used to know people like that at school that actually did that. Disgusting. It's like, well, I know that you haven't showered. Why else would you need that much Axe? It smells like eggs. You're hairy and hair keeps you clean. You heard it here first from Thunder. Okay, 2 cups of purity. Good to go. Put that over by our broth. Next up, we're just gonna chop up a little bit of thyme. So I picked a bunch before the stream. The rain spot looks like you're good to go for the fireworks. Nice. Axe smells like butt. If you spray too much in a locker, it smells like eggs. Exactly. Bringing me back to those middle school days. That is terrifying, Liz. Like, why do people think that pheromones are okay? I'm sure they just get used to their terrible body odor and think that no one else can smell it. So we do have some bay leaves. I'm gonna put a couple of those into the polenta as well, or probably just into the stock and the milk while it's heating, and then we'll take it out before we mix. A lot of the middle school children wear Axe. Yeah, you're glad you're not a teacher. You use Bath and Body Works men's sprays, and they're way better. I forgot that Bath and Body Works made men's stuff. You love your own odor. That stench, though. Can't you smell that smell? Okay, so just thyme is going into the polenta. Sammy, where are you going?
Going for a bike ride.
What? I'm all alone.
Yeah.
There's no one here beside me.
There's no one here beside her.
Where are you going?
Brew Hill.
The heck's that?
Brew Hill.
Brew Hill?
Broom
Broom Hill.
Hill.
Okay, now we know where Sammy is in case he never comes back.
I'm not home by 6 and dip.
He's died. We're at a shelter today. Okay, I can't even keep up with chat. You guys are cray. You're at a shelter today, then at the psych ward, which is why you had to shower vigorously. Okay, that makes sense now. Doritos and Mountain Dew. Ugh. Bye.
Bye, Jack.
Have a good bike ride. Okay, finally chopped time. Dunzo. It's a bar. Okay. Yeah, who let Sammy out of the closet? When he didn't even do anything. I think he just took measurements. But probably him drilling into the wall for the shelves is probably a little disrupting. So that's fair. He's refraining from getting yelled at by a Kate. Okay, there's our herbs for our polenta. Done. Now, onto the jalapeno. This was in the freezer. I bought a big pack of jalapenos. I couldn't find any singles. So it's a little bit mushy right now. And I think I'm just gonna use a plastic board so that I don't make my board spicy. Out of the closet onto the broom hill. Sammy's going to do manly activities with his manly buddies. Yeah. He's going alone. He's leaving me. What the living heck is going on? You're hearing what sounds like a Muslim call to prayer. Oh, that reminds me of when I was in Bali. Every single morning at around 6 a.m., they would start their Muslim calls to prayer. Insanity. You've sat in your restaurant buck naked many times. That makes me so happy. Please tell me that you did not wipe off the chair. And that people had to sit on your butt. What's my favorite simple weekend meal? Just one, preferably with chicken. I mean, the simplest way to prepare a chicken is to just buy a whole one and roast it. It's like buying a rotisserie chicken from the store, but making it yourself. And that way you can season it yourself. It does take close to an hour, but there's not much prep time. And you could also put in your potatoes and, let's say, root vegetables in with the chicken and roast it all together. Easy peasy. Done within 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah, no gloves with the jalapeno. And you know what? I think we'll take our seeds out. That's the spiciest part. We just want that nice floral flavor. Did you drag your ass on the carpet like a dog? Epic. We're gonna go pretty fine dice here on the jalapeno. So just make long strips for now. Then we will dice it. Oh, without using an oven. Girl. Just throwing in all these curveballs. What is this, Cutthroat Kitchen? Just do a simple stir fry then. Stir fry with rice. Done and done. Use whatever vegetables you want in the stir fry. You know what? I think we'll put the jalapeno in with the herbs. The herbs. I have a bigger set than you. Yes. She's got balls. Chaff Bagwell. Oh my goodness. Welcome to Cook with Kate. It's gonna be 97 degrees. Yeah, you ain't ready. You're gonna have like 5 cold showers a day. Okay, washing our spicy hands. Don't touch your eyes or anything else. Wash everything. Yeah, just go have a shower. Cleanse the jalapeno. In the 13 years you've been teaching, you've only had 3 students get a 1 on the AP. What? You're scared that you might have to add one more? Uh-oh. Welcome to Starbucks. It's 32 there in your soul. It's hot. Ginger. Ginger what? Okay, so we still need a liter of milk, aka 4 cups. Oh, we also need to mince up some garlic. We'll throw those in with the pepper and the herbs as well. And we'll grate up our cheeses, and then we are well on our way. Use like 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, depending on the size. You're out in Kansas. Smog everywhere. Crazy. Okay, so we're just gonna smash these to peel them. I think they're still okay. Cleavage was a great motivator for learning. I could see that. Gotta keep the guy's attention somehow. That's so sad though. Okay, this one's definitely not okay. It's not okay. Buff, you've got to go. Bye, man. See you tomorrow, hopefully. We're doing the giveaway draw, so you best be here. Toodles buff butt. Speaking of butt, where has she been? Cook with Cape. Oh my goodness. I'd be down. Maybe we should do Cook with Snape. Professor Snape. Okay, that's our beets. 20 minutes already. Gone, just like that. Let me just clear our garlic shrapnel off the board. And we'll check it out. Tom, how are you? Someone says cleavage and steampunk shows up. Classic. You had a 2-second attention span that increased it by 2 minutes. See? Exactly. You leave in like 5 minutes. Are you going to work? Cook with Kate. Listen to this though. Now that's ASMR. That's sizzle. Oh, you're at work and you're going home. Nice. Okay, so this is our smallest package. Steampunk, what's going on? That's steam though. Let's just give it a little poke. Oh, they're still rock hard. There's no chance. No chance that they're done already. Okay, I'm gonna set a 15-minute timer again. But I don't want these to get overcooked because I don't like mushy beets. They need to be tender, but still hold up when we peel them. Okay, onto our, finishing our garlic and then our cheeses. The cheeses. Every oven varies, yeah, exactly. People usually crowd around your desk and watch the food streams. Love it. Poor humans. That's so funny though, Matt, because Sam also, when he would do paperwork upstairs for the restaurant, he would always put Twitch on. I would just laugh at him. It's multitasking at its finest though. Bam. Okay, grabbing the cheese out. Cheesums. I feel like someone ate a little bit of the smoked cheddar because there used to be more than this. We blame the person that's not here right now. 100%. Sammy was snacking. Yeah, exactly, Nike. It's perfect. Just gonna cut some parchment. I don't like when the cheese sticks onto my wood board. "12 tabs across 3 windows? You're nutso." Posh opened up the fridge. Yeah, we can blame her too. Who knows? I mean, Sam probably shared with her anyways, so it's on both of them. But this will probably give us close to half a cup shredded, which is totally fine. Typically, when you have a smoked cheddar like this, it's always going to be a little bit brown on the outside. And that's just your smoke flavor. So the outside of the cheese is much more strong in flavor than the inside part. Yeah, exactly, Elvin. He's like, I gotta go before she sees the cheese. We're gonna be grating some parm as well, but not too much. Just for that little bit of funky flavor. Do the whole thing. Oh, we are. Or you know why Betty was buying time. Maybe we'll have to play Clue to find out who ate the cheese. Was it Colonel Mustard? It just hit 108. She's heating up. Okay, for our parm, I'm just gonna kind of grate the whole brick. We're only looking, it says 2 tablespoons on the recipe, but I think I'll do a little bit more than that. You want to go to Oregon? Me too. I've never been there. Really want to go to Portland though. 70s detective music. How fun would that be though? Stream investigations. Sounds good, Matt. I'm gonna be here for at least an hour and a half, I'm sure. So maybe we'll see ya. Maybe we won't. Oh yeah, Steampunk, you are in Oregon. I always forget this. We would totally party it up. Okay, so there's our cheeses. Not too much. Let's just tap any extra cheese off. And then we can just keep it in this little parchment paper. I'll just kind of fold it up like that and put it over by the rest of our polenta stuff. And we still just need a liter of milk. So that's our last thing. We're going to be making the polenta in an hour, so it's totally okay if this sits out. Come to Vancouver, Portland, and we'll give you a grand tour. Yes, it's true. Climb every mountain, ford every stream. OMG. How are you? Your sink is coughing ice shards. Liz must be back in the shower. I think she honestly went back. I think she left us. Hey, I got no milk in here. Be back in 20. Not minutes. Hours. Liter de leche. Love it. Love it, Toit Man. You love ice. Liz is icy. Oh, you got ice cream in the freezer? Yeah, I love ice. Guys, is this polenta dairy free? Nope. It's not. She ain't. Hey, look at us go. Dinner prep, pretty much there. Let's just chop up our turnip greens and then we're set. Then we can work on some pickles for the last little bit. We be pickling. Okay, for all the kitchen peeps, is this a set saying in the kitchen where someone's like, I can pickle that? That's always been a saying every restaurant that I work with. And the other day, one of the guys said it at work, and it just made me feel like I was at home. It's like, I can pickle that. Deciding how far down I want to go. Like, we can go all the way down to where the stem meets the turnip because it's actually really tender, the stem. It's nice and juicy. You love pickled things. You're actually about to pickle your first pickles ever or get them started. Nice. I also like to pickle. So let's just cut off the turnip like that. Don't go right to the fruit part. Let's leave a little bit of the stem on there. And it's actually quite nice for presentation to even leave like an inch of the stem as well. So it just depends on how you want to present your vegetables. And that is actually a conversation we were having at work the other day. Is why, like, typically vegetables are never the star of the dish. It's always the meat, but why is it like that? Like, why can't vegetables be just as special? There we go. And we'll definitely have to wash these. They're pretty dirty. These bunches didn't even get put through the wash at work before I jacked them. I was like, gotta go, taking some turnips, bye. You were just told what you have to make on July 4th, and are you happy about the decision? There's a great restaurant called Moosewood in Ithaca. It's only vegetarian. Nice. I have full respect for that. I'm not saying that we should be vegetarian, but people always just put vegetables in their food because they know they need to eat it, but not necessarily because they want to eat it. Where, for me, I want to eat the vegetables. I really enjoy that part. And you can prepare them a lot of different ways still. They have a cookbook called Moosewood Cookbook. I'll have to look for that at work because we probably have, let's say, close to a good 100 cookbooks Chef has collected over the years that I can pick from and take home. Not sure if he has that one though. I'm just picking out whatever leaves are kind of yellowed and sad looking. And then we'll start to chop these and then wash them. That way we won't eat any sand. You're responsible for the homemade burgers, Thousand Island dressing, whole wheat buns, whatever veggies need roasting, and possibly cupcakes. Dang, they're putting you to work, man. But maybe that's because they trust you with preparing those more difficult foods, which is great. You don't even know what Thousand Island dressing is. I'm pretty sure it's like mayo, ketchup, and relish. I don't know. I don't typically eat Thousand Island, but I remember having it when I was younger. Okay, so now we're just gonna pick the leaves that are like sizes. And we'll square them up, cut the stems into probably 1-inch pieces. And then just chop the leaves bite size. I feel like I'm at work right now because I've done this a couple of times already as well. Oh, one escaped. That's okay though, because we haven't washed it anyways. Line up our stems, go that size. And once we get up to the leaf, actually I think we can just keep it the same 1 inch all the way. Just gonna fold that over. Island dressing is like Big Mac's secret sauce. Exactly. Tartar and ketchup. Okay, I was pretty close then, hey? So I'm just putting this into the salad spinner. Obviously, we can fill it up a lot more. So let's keep going. Oh, that's our beets again already. Timers are running our lives right now. Bachelor, thanks for the host. Welcome in. And Stinky. What's up, guys? Love this sound, by the way. So our little guys, unwrap our little package. Be careful as it cooks, because there will be a lot more steam that wants to come out. So just don't burn your hand, because that is the worst. Steam burns are terrifying. Well, we're getting there. I'm just gonna poke the top part. I think these guys are done. So my knife just slid through really easily. So I'm just gonna take these off the tray. We can leave them wrapped up until we go to peel all of them together. These can just sit out for now. And then these ones will be next. So that's like the medium-sized ones. So let's do another 10 and check the next ones after that. You so love roasted beets. Me too, Stinky. They are one of my favorite things to eat. I don't know why I put the camera up because we're still chopping. We're chopping. Okay, let's get back into it. We're turning it up on a Thursday. Can't wait to see your sister and her family in a couple of weeks. Nice. It's been 2 years. Man, I feel the same way about my brother. We're trying to get him to come out, Rando. I don't know if he will. It's been, I think, over a year now. Okay, so 1-inch pieces. And just gather up these greens here. So these I'm just gonna quickly saute in a pan. That's the easiest. I'm just gonna keep them simple. Probably just a little bit of butter, salt and pepper. You'll have vacation next year? Next year, Nike? Oh, I found out that I'm gonna have Labor Day off in August. So last time, Sam and I went to Vegas during Labor Day. But it might be a Portland trip this time. We'll have to see. But I know that I have those 3 days off from the restaurant. The restaurant's closing. So I don't know. We gotta plan something for sure. Oh, you started a new job about 3 months ago. Okay, that makes sense. Voodoo Ranger? What is that? Is that a beer? Okay, turned up greens, done. It's an IPA, nice. I don't know, my coffee's got me pretty jacked up. I don't think I'm gonna be needing any alcoholic drinks on this Thursday. Just going over to the sink, giving this a rinse. Cold water. And then after this, I think it's radish time. I'm going to be pickling some radishes. I'm not a fan of coffee in the morning. Yeah, I don't know. I used to drink coffee a lot in the morning, but it just made me too dehydrated first thing. So I always find that after I get a good couple of meals in, it doesn't affect me the same. I've been doing a little bit of testing with my body. And no, I just drank an iced coffee during the stream, the first part of it. I used to drink an espresso every morning when I still worked in the restaurant, but that's when I got really, really sick. So I kind of shy away from that now. You're such a dork when your brain goes, yay, radish time. I love that. That's why you're here, though. I mean, obviously, other people are here for different reasons, but I hope they're here for the radishes, too. You do that with pancakes. Oh, pancakes, so good. Okay, so we're just going to flip this out. Oh my god, Siri. I don't need you for any help. You're here for the chopping. Speaking of, where's Dante? Where's Mr. Dante at for you, Liz? You chopping fiends. Hey, Dunzo. Dinner prep complete. We got 4 minutes left on the next beets. All the Google commercials on television right now get pretty annoying. That's honestly why I don't typically watch TV. The commercials just bug me. I just pick out every single flaw in the commercials. I'm so bad. Okay, going to grab the radishes and a couple of jars for pickles. So I might have to do a couple of loads. Maybe I'll just take a sheet pan with me. Load it up. Here with my setup tray of goodies. Yeah, Trist. I'm so sad about him. For someone to have Crohn's, ugh. Crohn's is terrible, terrible disease. But I know that his eating habits definitely have to change. Like, his soda consumption and stuff like that, gone. So here's our garlic scapes that we prepped up the other day. Nothing has changed. So we just need to pour brine over those. We got 2 jars ready to go. If you guys don't know what garlic scapes are, it's the bud from the plant that's gonna flower. But obviously, if you don't cut it off, it gets really, really woody, right? And all the energy will go towards the flower instead of the garlic head. So all of these get picked off every time garlic grows. And they actually taste very similar to garlic, but not as pungent. So you can even use those in place of garlic and mince them up the same way. Really, really good. Your family got so flustered when you made them pancakes and they were wondering where the batter box was. You don't need pre-made mix. Where else do the pancakes come from though? And I also found some more turnips, but the greens are starting to go. So we might as well just pick off what we can use and put them in with the other ones. These ones we don't have to wash though, because these are already washed. Nike, thanks for the follow. going off in. Okay, let's check our next set of beets. Trist has Crohn's. I know. The worst. It's very, very hard to recover from, too. Your sister has celiacs, and Crohn's is way, way worse. Yeah. Thanks, Nike. You'll be back. That makes me happy. Hope you have a good one. I'll be back tomorrow. If you feel like joining in on the madness, we're making red wine braised short ribs. So there's our next set. Let's check these beets. So I'm just poking the knife down through the stem so that I don't damage the really nice flesh. Okay, that's perfect too. My knife just slid right in. That's all we're looking for here. So those can be packed up the same as the other ones. And then we'll peel them later on when they're all done. So now we just have these 2 packs left. I'm guessing for these guys, they're not too much bigger than the ones we just checked. So maybe we should do 7-ish minutes and then check them. And then they'll probably be good, and then we'll just wait on the last guy. So probably right after 5 o'clock here is when it'll all be done. Which is pretty perfect, because the pork will have to go in pretty soon too. Yeah, Nike's in Kansas, he said. Eight minutes. Let's go. Okay, let's chop off our tops. I'm just gonna let those guys stay bunched like that. Liz, are you literally starving? Or do you just have a hunger? Why does water have such a large heat capacity? Oh, we're learning today. Learning with Optrix. Why? It's okay, Liz. Betty always says that too. She's like, I'm starving. And I'm like, no. The kids in Africa are starving. You just have a little hunger. That's just me being bad, though. I'm just picking out the leaves that are all shriveled. The leaves that got sad. You would watch your pot boil just to prove that it does actually boil when you watch it. But you lose patience. Yeah, exactly. But like, wouldn't watching water boil be something super exciting for people way back when? That would be one of the coolest things ever. It's like magical. How does it do it? Teasy, thanks for the host. Okay, there's our top up of greens. Dunzo. The kiddos are literally starving. Yeah, I would like to go there too and do a little help out. If only everyone did that, and then I think we would probably solve the problem of starvation. Yeah, give us the science why crispy duck skin is the best thing ever. Can I make pizza? Oh, I can make a mean pizza, Lidl. Pizza is my favorite thing to eat. So if I could not make that myself, there would be something wrong. And I like all kinds of pizzas. I'm not really a pizza snob and just like one kind. I like all of them. Whether it's thin crust or thick crust. Give all of the pizza love. But everything has to be homemade. That's my only stipulation. Okay, these are French breakfast radishes. So they're longer and they always have a little white tip. They are quite nice. So we obviously have to take the greens off and just trim up the stem, but we're gonna pickle these whole. They're pretty consistent in size, so I feel good about that. Your coworker threw out an unopened pack of cookies because he bought the wrong kind. Are you serious? That is what is wrong with the world. Consumerism. And maybe I'll just toss these into a bowl or even a strainer because we will have to give them a rinse. But once we're done that, then all we have to do is make a quick brine, which is the easiest part of pickling. Deep dish cast iron. That is probably one of the favorite pizzas that I've made so far, Rook. And I used the cast iron recipe from Serious Eats, and it worked so well. Just keep in mind it's a 24-hour dough, so you need to just plan ahead a little bit. But it was so flavorful. A jerkism. When you were a law student, you interned for a criminal court judge. You punished certain offenders by making them sit in court all day. Well, that was an amazing opportunity you paid each day to witness. I like that. You may get this stuff for that tomorrow and cook it on Saturday. Do it. You will not be disappointed. Bye, Vune. Thanks for chilling with us. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be a pretty fun stream. Ugh. Anyone else hate the feeling of the radish greens if you've ever touched them? They're so pokey. And they make my hands so itchy. It's the one downside of radishes. I have to say that. Good night, Dune. Have a wonderful sleep. They are pokey, man. Are they Pokemon? These radish greens are Pokemon. You like beet greens. Me too, Cyborg. I've been using them in my smoothies in the morning instead of spinach. I got your joke. I typically do get your puns. At least I try to. You hope you can be here for the draw. You have some late meetings. I will laugh so hard if I end up picking you and you're not here. Actually, I'll laugh so hard if I pick someone that isn't in the stream that day. Because it'll be so much excitement and then like kind of a letdown. Because everyone will be so excited for this person that's not there. And then everyone will get upset. Because they'll be like, why wasn't it me? Cannot wait for what is about to ensue tomorrow. So much friendly competition. Right, guys? Okay, crush those. Look at how much greens compared to radish. And I don't like to eat the radish greens. Cyborg, thanks for the follow. You have to be in the stream? No, you don't have to be in the stream. I'm just drawing from all of the subscribers for the month. Okay, just giving those a little rinsey. Oh, how did we forget that little guy? And I suppose it's beet time again. How fast does that keep creeping up on us? Cateron. I wish that was my name. Cateron. Welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Signed Cook with Kate apron and Kate baked goods. Get your raincoats on. Yeah. It's gonna be a splash zone of blood. This is Sparta. Love it, Rook. I'm glad I got you again. That brings me pleasure, just so you know. You already told Lemon that she gets the apron if you win it. What? That way she can't complain about you gifting the subs. I love that. That's very fair. And Tris doesn't want it either. So if I pick Tristan's name, I don't know. I guess I'll just have to draw another name. Or I just won't even put his name in. How about that? Cateron 4000. Perfect. Okay, putting our knife pretty much halfway through. And that is tender. So those are coming out. We just have this one guy left. Which actually, he feels pretty tender. So let's check that one as well. Do you salt and sugar them? Typically I salt them. I will admit that I totally forgot to put salt on them. All I did was rub them down with olive oil. But we will be dressing it with salt and pepper after we peel it. Oh, this one's perfect as well. Okay. All of the beets are done. That is amazing. Just kind of let it steaming. Let it finish steaming. I think I have a little bit of dyslexia sometimes. I will just put that tray over here to cool off. And we'll turn the oven off for now, but we will turn it on probably in 10-ish minutes so that we can roast the pork soon. I'm just getting a refill of water. I need to stay hydrated after drinking that coffee. Otherwise, Cateron 4000 comes out. You assume that beets need to rest. I think so. I like to rest them for a good 10 to 15 minutes before I peel them. Same with Liz. You have to nap after being roasted. Okay, and the only weird thing about these little radishes is they have these little stringy parts on the top. I don't know why, but that really bugs me. So I always peel those off. So they don't even really wash off at all. But I never find these on the round ones. We'll blame the French for this one. You shower 3 times a day. If the world runs out of water, we know whose fault it is. Just kidding, Liz. I love you. Rook, sounds good, man. It is all good. We all have our own lives. I appreciate you being here while you can. We can hold down the fort, though. Have a good one, Rook. Okay, I think we're good. Just going to rinse these. Then we're going to put them in the jars. Matt, you made it back. That was pretty quick. That covers the statewide water crisis. The pressure from the hotel shower head was perfect. Yeah. Hotel shower heads are insane. Okay, we good. Mrs. Syntax, how are you? Yeah, Nike left. Nike ditched. Let's do this wide mouth jar first. Oh. And the key to making pickles is to pack the jars as tightly as possible. It's going to be a little difficult with this, and I might even go grab a smaller jar. I'm going to go grab a snack lid. I think that's going to fit in there perfectly. Pretty perfect. Got done smoking. So you feel great and cracking open your favorite beer. Natural ice. That's a beer. Hi. Guys, perfection. You always want like close to 1 inch of headspace when you're making pickles. That's close enough. It's better than what we had in the last jar. So glad we made that little adjustment. Looky, looky. You're a 90s thing, Liz. Me too. Yay for 90s. Okay, so we'll open other jars as well. I think we're gonna make up 2 separate brines for that. Just a little bit of a variation. Let me just bring up the recipe. And then after this, I'm gonna go to the bathroom again. I'm sorry guys, I can't help it. You were born in 83. You're 92, Liz? 91. Okay, we're back. I think you're a granny now. Not even. I am totally a granny. You're a hungry senior citizen. Okay, so I'm gonna post the pickled radish recipe that I'm basing my brine off of. David Leibovitz. And he also uses French breakfast radishes. So 1 pint jar, close enough. We need 1 cup of water and 1 cup of vinegar. So equal parts water and vinegar. 2 equal parts of salt and sugar. So 2 teaspoons each. And then you can add whatever kind of aromatics you want. So he used peppercorns, garlic, and if you want a chili pepper, which I think would be really great with radish. Let me just check the time. Just gonna turn the oven back on to 425 for our pork. That way that can preheat while we're doing this stuff. Me too, I really like David Leibovitz. Your favorite thing to make is cereal. You're the best. He worked at Chez Panisse. I did not know that. We were just talking about Chez Panisse the other day at work. For every sub or donation, you'll take a sip of my beer. Okay, we're playing drinking games with Matt. And you can use whatever type of vinegar you want. And honestly, white vinegar, yes, it's cheap, but I think it works the best here. Since I can't, someone else has to. It's true. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. I'll get you in trouble instead. Stinky, you're going to Vegas? Good luck. I hope that you make it out of there alive. Oh God. Finishing off the vin. Next. One cup of vin. Leibowitz is why you nail caramel every single time. Yeah, I made his marshmallow recipe before as well, and it was really, really good. So now 1 cup of water. I think this is gonna fill the jar. What is a pint? This is an American thing. I think this will be enough though. I'm second guessing it, if I'm being honest. Should we double it just in case? Because it always sucks to make a little bit more afterwards. Okay, let's just double it. It's not gonna go to waste because then we can just use it in the scapes. Ah, vinegar everywhere. Yep, feels good. Okay, so we need 4 teaspoons of salt and sugar each. You always need to balance the acidity with a little bit of sweetness. And obviously the salt. We're gonna nuke the salt container. the sugar. There's high fives everywhere today. Fireworks are in an hour. And that's so soon. It's so easy to watch it from your house, so that's awesome. Okay, I do have whole peppercorns. I like that better. I don't like to crush them up. I find it makes it just a little bit too peppery. And as for the garlic, I don't think I want the garlic in there either. I like a pretty clean radish pickle. I do have some other whole spices though. So I have some coriander I think I want to put in there. So let's do coriander and pepper. Matt, thanks for the biddies. Guess you better take a sip. I love that. Just a pinch of the coriander. And also just a pinch of the pepper. Oh, bay leaf. That's a great idea, Lidl. Let's do a bay leaf too. And then for the scapes, I'm going to use this pickling spice blend. Bay leaf for the win. And we have a huge bay leaf tree at work. So once I run out of these dried bay leaves, I'm going to take some bay leaves home from work. Dry them myself and use them. It is insane, the difference of flavor and smell. Okay, let's do that. Now we're going over to the stove. And we just need to wait for our salt and sugar to dissolve. I think we need a light on in here. It's getting a wee bit dark. Hopefully that glare is not too bad. Let's turn this just to medium heat for now. And then we can get our pot out for the polenta. I'm gonna use this size. Is that glaring a lot? It's not too bad, hey? Okay, I'm good with that. Steve, you made it in, man. How's it going? Better late than never. So it's 5:20. What did I say? The pork will take around 20 to 25 minutes. And then we have to let it rest anyways. So maybe the pork should go in now while we finish prepping up the rest of din. Let's do that. I'm gonna go grab it from the other fridge, pop those in the oven, and then we can quickly peel up our beets. It shouldn't take us more than 5 minutes. Placenta. Oh no. And today on Cook with Kate, we are cooking placenta. I don't think that's trending anymore, Thunderstruck. It was for a while there, though. Okay, so for those of you who came in late after we did up our pork, we seasoned the pork loin with salt and pepper, and I rubbed on some sage, rosemary, and thyme, and then we just wrapped it in bacon. Kind of overlapped it, because when bacon cooks, it shrinks up. So we wanted it to stay nice and uniform, so we overlapped it a bit. Oh yeah, your brother's grad. Oh my god, I feel terrible, Steve. I never sent you the cake recipe. But to be honest, I don't even know where Betty's recipe book is. Okay, so let's set a 20-minute timer and then we'll check these at that point. I'm guessing the smaller one will be done first. So your biddies, no. When are we brainwashing my boss? For what? What are we brainwashing him for? Don't worry. Okay, Steve, did you end up making him a cake though? Let's unwrap these. Let's put them all onto one foil. Make some room here. Shadow, what's wrong? It was his grade 12 grad. Yay! Good old high school. Look at that beet juice. Delicious. Get him in the channel. Totally make him understand I'm his most valuable employee. Lean on him to give me the raises. I don't think I'll have a problem with that. He's chilling. Always good shit. You made cupcakes. Nice. That's way easier than a cake. Okay, so look. Our beet skins just peeling right off. Easy mode. Like, how effortless is that? So I start from the bottom and then just peel it up the root part. Done. There's a peeled beet. Optrix! Gifting the sub to Shadow. Thank you so much. Matt. Just asking for it. Welcome to the squad, Shadow, and Optrix, thank you for spoiling both me and Shadow and Matt. Oh my goodness. Oh, cupcakes are just easier to make. Sometimes, like, if you make a whole cake and it doesn't work out, way more disappointing. Bye, Elvin. See you tomorrow, hopefully. And if not, don't even feel bad. Guys, welcome in. Part of the fam, Optrix, seriously, thank you so much for that. I don't know how I can pay you back. Maybe I'll have to send you cookies too. You feel loved. You should. We got those good vibes in here. Oh God, what's happening? Pay them in gum. Yeah, the sugar-free kind with all the aspartame in it sounds perfect. How do you get the stains off your hands? I mean, typically it washes off pretty easy. Oh, look, guys. Nice and golden. It washes pretty easily when it's cooked already. But when it's raw, I find it stains a lot worse. I guess we'll see. But this doesn't really bother me. My hands go through a lot in a day. Like, you should have seen them at the farm. He's a teacher, pay him in apples. Man, I could pick some apples. But I don't know if they'd make it through customs. And then I'd get sad because that'd be a waste of apples. Kate Beckinsale, the sexiest vampire. I really like Kate Beckinsale. You have a good selection of apples in New York. Does New York really grow good apples? That is something I didn't know. Actually, if I'm being honest, I don't really know the regions of the states very well. But you guys are probably the exact same way with Canada. Works both ways. Oh no, look at this one. I'm pulling off a couple, too many layers. I think I might have to eat this layer after I peel the skin off. Give it a taste. Mmm. So perfect. Definitely needs a little bit of salt and pepper though. The climate is really good for them. Cool. You should be allowed to bring food through airports. I know. I think they just do that for disease control and prevention more than anything. It's hard to look at. Why? Just because someone said placenta? You don't like beets at all? Well, luckily for you, this is the last one. So you're fine. You're a carnivore. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Beets are like the beef of the meat world, for sure. Okay, let's do this test here. So this is my hands prior to washing. Let's see if it stays on or not. Let's see if the drop of Dawn can get it done. And I think she does. At least pretty close. So there's that. Did okay. Definitely could be worse. Beets and goat cheese is love. I agree with that. My bloody hands at the bank. Okay, our pickle brine is almost ready. So now that our beets are done, they can just go back into the oven before we eat to give them a little reheat. Kind of spread them out again. Maybe I'll sprinkle the salt on them now so it can kind of soak in. I think I'm gonna grind it over. I have a little bit more control with that. Sammy comes home yet. Wonders what I got into. Okay. Now it's almost polenta time. That can just be chilling right there. Meat, potatoes, about twice a year you'll have apples, sometimes bananas. You don't mind a piece or two of kiwi. That is insanity, Matt. Really makes me wonder how people like you actually function. Because I'm pretty sure I would just shut down without eating vegetables. You take men's gummies. That is the greatest thing ever. Okay, our brine is boiling. So let's do this first. And then we're going to start to heat up our stock for the polenta. You guys hear the pork sizzling in the oven? I think we're going to use a funnel for this. Is it? No, we're not going to use a funnel for this. Come on, Kate. Okay, we're going in. So we need the little rim of the jar is what we need to leave for space. Done. Woohoo! She's a strong. I'm just gonna try and get those aromatics out. I don't know if they'll slip through the holes in this spoon. But let's at least get some of them. Good enough for me. Now we can just top up that brine afterwards. Now I'm just gonna flip the lid on, but I'll let it cool off a little bit. And I'm not going to pasteurize these. I'm just gonna keep them in the fridge. So that's as far as we're going with those. And we'll see them tomorrow. The brine is gonna be a really, really nice pink color. So you can already see it turning a little bit in the bottom. Super nice though. I'm happy I finally got to those. Let's just put this brine back onto the stovetop for now. I don't know if we'll end up having time to make the escape brine today, but I'll do something very similar to the radishes and probably just finish them after dinner. That way they're donezo. It's getting smoky in there. I'm gonna turn that fan on. Coca-Cola takes black walnut stains off of hands and clothing. What? What do you do with black walnuts? What do you do with those, Cyborg? Because Sammy actually brought one home, and we've never used them before. I was like, how do you even eat this? Wow, Fiscal, it's been forever. How are you? Went for a bike ride?
I bought him a present for being a good boy.
Okay. You guys are gonna love this. So Betty walked in. Where do you think she looked first for Sammy? In the closet. Because he was in there earlier and we were making fun of him doing work in the closet.
Oh.
So he was putting the shelves up, but he didn't start.
Well, no, I thought it was maybe at the fridge or
Oh, okay.
whatever. I didn't know.
It was just funny.
I wasn't here.
Sammy's not in the closet though.
He
He came out of it.
He came out. That's good.
Okay, let's turn this pot on to high. Get this stuff going. Obviously, we don't want to boil the milk. That would be bad because it can burn. And we can also put in our thyme, bay leaf, garlic, and jalapeno right now into the liquid. Albus, how are you? Everything's poggers today. Pretty good, Fiscal. You've been so busy. You know, life gets crazy. Oh, of course. I totally understand. It's nice to see you around here still. I have to say that. Face reveal? What? Sammy's out of the closet. Yes, he is. Put that into there. And then all we have left is our cornmeal and our cheese to go in. Then obviously salt and pepper at the end. And we're gonna use a big whisk. You always want to whisk the cornmeal in so that it doesn't clump up. Question of the day. I don't know if we have a question of the day today. I was trying to think of one earlier, but nothing really came to mind. Now that you're a sub, I have to pay attention to you. It's true. Not like I never paid attention to you before. Come on, Matt. Fiscal, thanks for the 2 biddies. Let's do this just in case we have any lurkers that don't know what's going on. And actually, why don't I just go grab the other apron? You guys can actually see it, not just on me. Do a little show off. And yes, it is Twitch colored. So there we go. That's the bib. The straps are adjustable and they also clip off so that you don't have to wash them unless obviously you get it dirty. And it is crossed back so nothing weighs down on your neck. A couple of pockets in the front, some pen pockets here, and then a sneaky little pocket back here in the patch. Sneaky pockets are always good. I have always loved you. I love all equally. At least I try to. Black walnuts can be used the same as English walnuts. They're a good source of omega oils. Weird. These look so weird though. Like there's not really any nut in here though. I am confused by it. It's so dry. Did I make that? No. My friend in Vancouver made it. He started a little apron company, I think 3 years ago now. And it's just blown up. So he does not only cooks aprons, but also for tattooists, barbers, baristas, bartenders. And then he can also make custom denim jackets or vests for bikers as well. And he does bags too now. He can do leather bags. He makes great stuff, and it's all handmade in Vancouver. You're crazy, Liz. Sneaky pockets are for booze. Yeah, if you can fit a little thing in there, why not? Let's give this a little whisk. Make sure our garlic isn't sticking to the bottom. Maybe a waft, not getting too much. A little bit of jalapeno smell. And then for our turnip greens, oh my god. Let's just use our frying pan for it. Probably just a simple steam. I'll probably just put a little bit of water into it as well. You guys and grills. We're crazy, Matt. So we'll just sneak that under there for now. That way we're ready. We're ready to rumble. Do you think tonight's dinner should be plated in a bowl or a plate? I was gonna do bowl, but I think the plate will probably look better. Do it for the gram. But I do love the bowl life. Are you trying to sign into your Tinder? Oh, goodness. So we don't necessarily want to boil the milk here. Wouldn't it be cool to have a 3D printer capable of printing food to do plating? That would be insane, Optrix. taking it to a whole nother level. Anybody younger than 18? I don't know, Matt. We used to have one viewer that was around 16, I would say, but he's not in here right now. It's porky time, aka time to glaze. Time to glaze that bitch. And I'll just turn this down a sec because I know it's going to be ready soon. Oh, hello there. Hello there, bacon wrapped goodness. We might have to turn the oven up. She's still a little raw. But I think I'm going to turn it up to 450 just so we can get some browning action. You want to make sure you don't take it too far. I think you're good. Let's turn it to up. So, we're going in with some honey. I'm glad we're all immature together. No wonder we all get along so well. Lemon, you're lurking. 3D food printing is already happening. What? I need to find this. And hello, Lemon. Good to see you in here. You know I love your presence. Okay. So we'll just kind of drizzle a bit down the center. Because as this heats up, it's going to go over the edges. Thank you, gravity, for that. The power of gravity. Glazing pork loins one day at a time. For dinner, you ate one of your guilty pleasures you like, but you're not telling. Well, that's not really fair, Starbucks. You can't just say that. It is shame. There is no judgment, though. You have to know that. Lemon cake from Starbucks. If you heat it up for 15 seconds in the microwave, I'm just going to let the heat do its thing, though. Because as you can see, the honey is already melting onto the pork. The job has been done. But I know what you mean, Matt. Stinky chili cheese dogs, that's what you're having? Okay, so now that we added the honey, that's also going to brown a lot quicker, right? Because it's sugar. I totally should have put some foil under the pan, but sucks to be me. Guess I'm going to be scrubbing later on. Doing some dishes. Let's put these back in. I think this little guy needs maybe 5 more minutes. That's about it. And then the bigger one, let's say 8 to 10. Was it room temp honey? Yeah. But this is from local hives, from the bees we had at the brewery in Vancouver. So this is like over a year old now. It's starting to crystallize, but it's just so good. Five-minute timer. Let's do this. And the cornmeal is going into the polenta. You ask a lot of questions. No, you don't. Plus, all of those questions you ask, people are also learning from when I answer them. And sometimes I won't have answer for the questions, but we'll work through it together. You watch great cooking shows like this so you don't have to have guilty pleasures. Guilty pleasures need to be there. Because that's what makes it feel so good. It's so good that you know it's bad for you. And before we whisk in our cornmeal, let's just take our bay leaves out. Bring this back up to heat Should only take a minute or two. Food streams are your guilty pleasure because you're a manly man. Are you sure about that, Matt? Okay, so one slow and steady stream of the cornmeal as you keep whisking. Pink nails, oh my god, I can't believe you said that, Liz. So I have Posh trained that if I ask her if she wants pink nails, she wants a treat. Because this one time I was painting my toenails pink, and I was like, Posh, you want pink nails? And she just went nuts. So ever since then, she thinks she's getting a treat. I don't know, it's weird. Dog things. But I know you would appreciate that. Okay, let's go. Now this is gonna get thick. Takes a minute or two to thicken up, but it will get there. And then the cheese gets added right at the end. The Sammy is back. And you do want to whisk quite frequently, because this stuff gets super sticky. You do everything on your stovetop. Your oven does not work and you don't miss it at all. But you love your microwave. Chef Mike for the win. So it's thickening up already. We're just going to turn the heat down to a nice medium. You miss Paw. She's the best doggo that there ever was. I agree. Saturday dinner just got planned. Tortellini with Alfredo, yum. Pan-fried, brined pork chops, and steamed broccoli with garlic bread. I'm coming over, Stinky. She be getting thick. But like I said, this is going to take a good 10-ish minutes to cook the cornmeal out properly. And it does go crazy. Ah! So those splashes are terrifying. Make sure it doesn't get on you, because it is like molten lava. So I just turn the pot down to as low as possible. I'm going to try and read the chat as I whisk. But this is seriously the worst part about making polenta. Now I'm starting to really smell the jalapeno as well. We got 10 seconds left on our first pork. Okay, let me just take this pot off the stove for a sec, so it doesn't blow my face off. Oh yeah, okay, we're getting there. First one's definitely done though. Molten lava. It's only 1400 Celsius. Stay right there. Dogs are better than humans. Agreed. Okay, so this guy, just feeling it, I know it's perfect. That little bit of give, we're gonna let that rest for the remainder. this guy still needs a couple minutes, and we're gonna throw on the pan those little pork pieces as well. And if I'm being honest, it's not browned up quite as much as I want, but I know the texture is gonna be great. Just because the pork tenderloin is so tender as it is. Let's do this. And yes, I will wash my tongs after. This little guy is gonna cook up super quick. You want me to teach you risotto? Yeah, I haven't done risotto in a while on stream. There is a vid when I made risotto. You are right, Optrix. It is on YouTube. Somewhere in there, in the 120 videos. Okay. Let's do 5 minutes. And we should be good. Cooking with Kate. Heck yeah, Pickle Man. How are you? Okay, let's put this back on. So look at the consistency of this. Holy. Oh, and actually, let's put our beets in as well. We got a little reheat. So this is insanity. I think I like my polenta a little bit thinner than this. But we'll see after we add the cheese. I think we're gonna cheese it right now. Let's do it. Cheese, please. Ready? We just need a little bit more light in here. You want a current one, Matt? I do love to make risotto. Risotto. Thicker than a Snicker. Ooh, that smoked cheddar. It goes so good with the bacon. Destroy the batter. This is some thick polenta. Man, I think I'm gonna switch to a spatula. Spatula. Let's do this guy. You finished watching Top Gun from years? Actually, looking at the consistency now, I think that's great. It's not too thick, but it does hold its shape. And you don't want it too thin either. Then it's more like a breakfast porridge, which is weird. Wild mushrooms with risotto, yes. I think that's maybe what I did on the last one. I can't really remember. The spoon should stand upright. Well, this one doesn't count, because my pot is too big. But that's a great way to tell if your polenta's good. So all the cheese is mixed in. This looks great. Let's give it a little tasty taste and add our salt and pepper as it's needed. I probably have to refill my salt crock as well. Apple risotto. The heck, Matt? Will I ever make a cookbook? I am planning on it, Thunder. That's why I've been doing all of my recipes in PDF. So I'll probably do an ebook first for, let's say, all of my subscribers. And then maybe after that, make a real one. You guys know how I love my cookbooks. It's a spatula, so it's heavier. Exactly. Okay, we're going in. Flavor is on point. Smoked cheddar is perfect. It's not overpowering. Let's add a little bit of black pepper. And then we do need a good amount of salt, which is going to bring out the flavor even more. Probably close to a tablespoon. And that's also why I love using the Better Than Bouillon broth, because it's not too salty. What would I name the cookbook? I don't know. It's a good question. Oh gosh. The pork. The porky. Sizzle, sizzle. Oh, that one blazed up nice. We're gonna let that rest, I think. It's gonna be perfect, but our little pieces need a little bit longer still. Let's do another 5. Kate's food. I mean, it's not like I really specialize in a cuisine. So the book will be a mix of a lot of different things. Yeah, just make it cook with Kate. Bye, Steve. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Have a good one, man. Okay, going in for our second taste test. Mm-hmm. Salt level's perfect. And honestly, the spice in it, not really there. So we're getting more of the floral notes from the jalapeno than anything. Which is exactly what I wanted. So now, we're gonna cover our polenta until we're ready to serve. The best way to do this is just to put plastic wrap right over it. Because otherwise it's going to get this weird film on top. And that's really hard to mix in and it'll make it look lumpy. Cook without Kate. That's so good. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I think I got some pepper up my nose. That sneeze definitely snuck up on me though. Just scrape that off. And down. Scrape down all the sides. I'm sorry if I broke your eardrums just now with that sneeze. It was aggressive. You'll have to commiserate over a couple of Hefeweizens. Now I want some Hef. I think that's probably my favorite type of beer. Okay, there's our little porky pigs. And the last thing we gotta prep is just our turnip greens. So pan on to like a medium. Oh man, this pan is gonna be killer. I do not want to wash it. I think I'm just gonna turn the oven off. And while that's heating, my last bathroom break. 3 in a day. Thanks, coffee. Okay, so I think just a little bit of butter going into that pan for the veg. Give you the pan right now and no one gets hurt. What's the calorie breakdown? Probably not so good. Definitely don't have that off the top of my head, but I could calculate it. Time to go kill your lungs on a smoke break. He's gonna be back. Do you see that smoke? So bad. I'm terrified right now. Do I usually count my calories? Nope. I just eat intuitively. I used to. Probably should start doing it again. But I find that life's just more enjoyable when you don't. So yeah, that much butter. It's around a tablespoon. How would you make this meal more healthy? Use less dairy and no bacon. But polenta without dairy is not the best, so I don't know if it would be worth it to even make this meal healthy. Okay, I need to get this pan out of the oven real quick. We're going super fast. Luckily the smoke detector's on the other side of the house. Chilling in the sink. Because that's insanity. So there's our little porky bits that are done. No bacon, that would kill all the fun. Exactly. Okay. So our pan is getting hot. Throw in our greens. We don't want to overcook this either. I'd rather have it a little bit more crunchy. And I think the little bit of water on the greens from when we wash them is going to be perfect. So let's just put a little bit of seasoning in there right now. Don't need too much. I'm just going to open a window a little bit. Avocado oil is a good substitute for butter. Yeah, I agree. Just you can't get it too hot. Because then it tastes really bitter. Yeah, they're low in carbs, but super high in fat. Maybe we'll just give this a spritz of lemon when it's done. Brighten it up a bit. But just a quick little saute. You'll notice that the greens turn a darker green when they start to cook. Look how much they cook down as well. I believe I still have a half lemon stashed in here. Success. Don't want any seeds though. And that is it. That's as far as we're taking that. So just a simple little saute. Let me just taste one of the stems here. Perfect. That's just going to add a little bit of substance. Lastly, let's take our beets out. Should be nicely warmed. And let's plate, guys. Get a little slice going. How about sous vide the tenderloin with farro and roast beets and wilted greens? Yeah, that's a good one. I think I want to slice this one just for photo purposes. Thyme is better than lemon. I already have thyme in 2 of the dishes though, so I don't want to overpower with it. This feast though, Albus. Am I right? Probably should turn that burner off, hey? You have a splinter and you can't find your tweezers. Boo! Okay, ready for our slice. So I think I'll go like 1/2 inch thickness. So far, so good. Our bacon is not tearing at all as we slice. That's a great sign. It means we wrapped it really well. Oh my God, this pork is perfect. Are you even ready for this? I don't think so. So to me, that is perfectly cooked pork tenderloin. You can treat it like a beef tenderloin. So that's what we're looking for. You want that nice bit of pink in the center still. That way it's not dried out at all. Okay, going over to our polenta. And look, there's no weird crust and it's not seized up. So just take a scoop like that. Probably gonna do like a little bit of a schmear-ish thing. Something like that. Make sure you put your wrap back on for your other folks. And now I think I'll go over to the greens first. Just put a nice bit of them right there. Now our beets. I'm gonna take some of the smaller ones. Just kind of stud this dish. Maybe I'll cut this golden one in half. And I am gonna take this off of the burner. Because it's still hot from the greens and it's just browning the bottoms a little bit. Let's do that. So this is where we're at so far. Let's go right in half. So that's what that looks like inside. I'll just place it there. Move over pork. Beets are coming in. And then take our 4 slices. And that's just gonna get fanned. I don't know if I wanna go, I think I wanna go this way. Oh, don't lose it now, Kate. Let's place that right on top of the polenta. If you want, I know there's just a little bit of the juice in the turnip green pan. I just want a little bit of that. Not too much there. Just a spoonful is all we need though. Just kind of glaze over our veg to get a little bit of sheen on there. And that is it. Boom. Smoked cheddar polenta, wilted turnip greens, roasted beets, just simply roasted with oil and salt and pepper. And then our bacon wrapped pork tenderloin glazed with honey. How does that look, guys? Death, you made it in, man. Cyborg, I need to sharpen my knife. I don't think so, man. Okay, just going to take a quick photo. Good to see you in here, Death, and then we're going to do taste test. It looks like sex on a plate. And tomorrow we're making sex in a pan. You had to go grocery shopping. Nice. Getting ready for the week. You had to go on an adventure, now you're back. Okay, Nike. One more show of the plate since you're here. There we go, man. That's what we created today. Now we gotta taste it all and see how it pairs. Just cut a little piece of the beet and I'll eat those with the turnip greens. You put balsamic and olive oil. That's also really good, Stinky. What is going on outside? The lemon was the perfect contrast for those greens. When you pair it with the sweet beet, it's so good. Going into the polenta. So see how fast it firms up at room temp? It's like, you know, there's cheese in there, but it's not overpowering in like creaminess. It's really, really nice. And now into our pork. Cyborg, no sauce. No. Because you know what? I didn't overcook the pork or anything, so I don't think it needs a sauce. There's a little bit of the vegetable juices, which I think is perfect. You don't want to complicate this too much. The herbs under the bacon make this pork. I think without the herbs, the pork would be a little bit lackluster. And you don't really taste the sweetness from the honey, I will say that. So maybe something like a brown sugar would be better to glaze it. That way it'll melt slower. Because I'm sure the honey just kind of ran off. Yeah, herbs make something way better. Especially rosemary, thyme, and sage. So, so good. Okay, that is my analysis of the dish. All of it together, though, really, really nice. I like how everything contrasts itself. I have not even looked to see who is on right now, so I'm just going to check Belly for a sec. All we got is average guy or vegan chick. Unless you guys can suggest someone. You want plate cam? I mean, I'm down to go into average guy. This is the last of the plate, so there's my just little bites I took out of there. Girded the loin with bacon. We're going into vegan? Okay, let's do it. I've never gone in there yet. So this is a new adventure for me as well. Matt. Okay, guys. That's it. Thank you for the awesome stream. For the subs as well, Optrix, looking at you, crazy gifter. Thank you for the biddies and the follows. And I'll be back tomorrow, last stream of the week, and last day to enter the giveaway. So it's subscriber only, whether you do it with Twitch Prime for free, or you do a paid sub. I think it's still worth it to possibly win a $200 apron. And so far the giveaway, there's around 50 of you, so it's pretty good chances still. Just seeing how to spell her username. We're gonna go in. You're gifted, does that count? It counts. So I'll count the gifted subs as well, so don't worry about that, guys. All of the names are going to be in a hat tomorrow, and Sammy's going to draw one. Have a lovely night, my peeps. You're literally gifted. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.